Hi, welcome to my day 5 of 30 in 30. So that's 30 pages of my art journal in 30 days today, and I'm using a Lucy Cavendish print, which I am going to, well, you'll see I will change it as we go along, but that's just my base. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my fabric tack and I'm going to glue down, look, there's the wolf. So I'm going to glue these on my page. And then yesterday I was at my Etsy shop. Well, I wasn't at it because, well, I suppose I was because it's at home. So yesterday I was at home and somebody placed an Etsy order and they asked me, did I sell the cicada paper? I hope I'm pronouncing it that right. To which I said, oh, just let me check on that. Anyway, because I didn't know what it was. Anyway, no, I don't sell it at the moment. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, everybody. No, I don't sell it. However, I had seemingly had some within my own stock. So this is it. This is the sort of amber version of it, and it is, I'm not sure whether it's Chinese, bless me, or Japanese, but I want to put that on there and it'll help to age this Dina Wakefield journal. Oh, but before I do that, sorry, I want to do something with these wings. So I've got some filigree here and I wanted to put something on the wings. Let's have a look what we've got to give them some texture. Excuse me for sniffing there. I have to put something there because I want to make a, you know, a little bit gothic looking. So there's another one of those that can go there. So I'm putting this under the paper. There we go. I think, looking at it, I'll just put it on the wings. Let's have a look. Oh, that would go quite nice there actually on the waistband. Right, I'm going to use my fabric tack just to glue these down. At that point when I'm coming near the end of my bottle, you know, so you have to keep squeezing it. The reason I'm using fabric tack is because it sets quick, doesn't it? Let's put that there. So what I'm going to do now, I've not used this cicada paper before, so we'll soon find out how good it is. So I've got my Mod Podge and I'm literally going to put that over the page, over everything. I'll come back to those, these in a minute. So I thought, so the customer asked, did I sell it? No, I don't is the answer at the moment, but let's give it a whirl. Oh, the really sad news is I'm not going to be able to export to America at the moment. It's going to cost, I can't remember whether it's £80 or $80. So either £80 or $80 sterling. Not $80 sterling, £80 sterling or $80, you know, to ship out on top. That's on top, that's the tariff on top of the shipping prices. So at the minute, until things change, that's if they do change, and hopefully they will, I'm not going to be able to ship out to America, which is really sad because I've got some very, very good customers in America. Right, I'm going to put this on the top there. And I can feel the glue coming through already. And I'm just going to put that down. Ooh, hang on. Why do I just suddenly feel like I've got a cold? unless it's a summer cold. So I'm actually just going to treat it like I would do a napkin and just pop it on there. Here we go. So yes, that's dried nicely. It's so this cicada paper is so thin. Yeah, it's so robust. So I'm going to have a go at printing on it, see what I can do. Right, the other day I tried to use charcoals on a page, and then I realised it was a page. Well, I've just realised now actually that there was Mod Podge on the page, so of course it won't. Absolutely, charcoal or nothing will work on the top of Mod Podge. So I'm just literally going to apply a coat of gesso to this page over this image now. It's a bit thick, so I'm just watered it down a bit more. So hopefully my charcoals and things should work on here now. I want to write big number 5 up there. There we go. So let's just let that dry now. Okay, so just got my chair. Now these are actual charcoal. So I got these off Etsy. They are actually pieces of burnt wood charcoal. So what I'm going to do now is have a look at this image. So I'm going to outline it first of all. Yeah, that's looking so much better now on the Mod Podge. Why didn't I think of that before? There's the shoulders. This is the body. She has got her coat comes up here. Her dress is here. Here's sort of the top of her boots. So we've got her legs here. Here's the top of her boot. Her legs going into her. Whoops. That's what I love about this. We can just rub it off. Just put some stockings on. We've got a coat here. Now let's have a look where her hands. We've got one here. And here. The other hand is here. We've just got one. Oops. We've got 1, 2, 4. We've got a sleeve. Let's take that off. There. And now we've got some sort of fanciness on a jacket. Here on her arms. We've got her dresses, comes down. I can see this image through the Acadia paper. Now here we've got the bottle. I'm just doing that. You can see that coming through there. And again on the wings. There we go. Now, I haven't done a face, and there's a reason I haven't done a face. That's because she's not actually going to have this face. So, now this, you can either, at this, as it is now, if you want to do it quite easily, and you see, it just rubs off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to smudge it round my outline where I want it to smudge. Then I'm going to seal it. There's my wings. Oh, let's take my wings up there a bit. This is my favourite sort of charcoal to use. Let's smudge those wings in. Right, super duper. So then, what I do, or what you do, oh, I don't like that hand. Let's just take that hand off. That's better. Dirty fingers. Let me just get a little wet wipe. I don't like using wet wipes, but I haven't got any kitchen roll at the moment. I need to get off to the supermarket to get some. These are my emergency wet wipes. Right. So what I'm going to do with that now to seal it is I've got my hairspray. It's just literally my hairspray, and I'm going to spray that. And by spraying that now, it'll be sealed. Oh, I need to put number 5 up here. Let's get that back. Let's put number 5. Whoops. Let's spray that. Smudge it a bit. There we go. Right, so I'm going to put this cat's head on. I love this cat's head. I wanted to use it the other day. Let's get my Fabri-Tac, and I tore it off and just left the 2 straws dangling, and I thought, no, they don't look right. I need to put the ends of the straws back on, which is going into a soup can. So I need to think of a name for it now. I told you the image would be changed, didn't I? So I'm not breaching any copyright. So we just put the head on there. Let's get the soup here, the soup canister. So if you go to the first one I did, day 1, it'll tell you which book this is from. They're from the same book, because I was going to use it on day 1, but I didn't. I used the human faces instead. So let's just line that up there. There we go. Ah, I love that. So it's Little Red Riding Hood, sustained by soup. I need to think of a quirky name. Maybe I'll have to go on ChatGPT and ask it. Let's get my charcoal back. You can see when you buy it, you get all these different widths of charcoal. From these very tiny thin ones to the big thicker ones to medium ones. And I think they're absolutely great. So let's just go around the head of the cat. And again, I'm just going to spray it to seal it. Then I'm going to get my paints and we'll see what happens. We've got a cat similar to this, but he's a boy. For some reason, well, this is a girl. Well, yeah, to me, this is a girl. So a cat, he's called Percy. So let's just seal that. And I will just grab my paints. Bear with me a moment. So back I come. I really do like this image. Let me pull up my chair. Got my paintbrush, got my paints, and let's get cracking. So first of all, I'm going to go to my red. It's like a dark pink. Burgundy, actually, that's a nice. Let's get the burgundy. I'm just, it might be a bit too pink, that. Let's have a look. What have I got here? These are just some cheap children's paints I got. Don't want to put it on my book. Sorry. Back I come. Right, this is more. Can we see that? Yeah, this is more red. I do have lovely paints as well. You know, Jane Davenport paints and what have you, but I might as well just use these. So I'm just moistening this up with my water. Yeah, it was just a bit too purpley pink, that. And I'm going to just sort of start and just put a little bit on. So I'm going to do the edge of the coat. I'm just thinking of the places, you know, that are, for me, going to be showing lighter. Let's put some little accents on here. I'm not a confident painter at all, as you can tell. As you can tell. And by doing it this way, I've sort of got some of the image underneath, which is helping. And I'm just going to go for it. I'm not even really going to think about it, because by thinking about it, stressing me out too much. And have enough stress in my life at the minute without stressing about this. So as we know, it will darken. Watercolours darken as they dry. Sorry, lighten as they dry, the darker as they go on. There we go. Right, the top of her boots. So the tale of Little Red Riding Hood. You know the story. She goes into the woods and she meets the wolf. What big eyes you've got. Yeah. You know it, don't you? I don't know why. I don't. Get the boots done. So what big eyes you've got, all the better to see you with. And the wolf is the granny. And yeah, so I used to absolutely love that story when I was a little girl. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get some of this burgundy. Let's see how it goes on over the top. Let's just add some burgundy accents to it. I was brought up on fairy stories. I used to stay at my grand's. And, oh, that's nice. Can you see just that different colour coming into it now? Oh, I love that. I hope the camera's picking that up. So, yeah. So, I used to go to my gran's a lot. My dad was working away, building up a family business. My mum had to work. So school holidays and before school, before I started school, I mean, it was granny's. So my granny used to tell me and my younger brother all these amazing stories. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, Rapunzel, Rumpelstiltskin, that's one of my favourites as well. This one. Little Red Riding Hood. That's why I wanted the red as opposed to the burgundy. In the book, this Magical Fairy Tales by Lucy Cavendish, she's more of a burgundy, but to me, Little Red Riding Hood is red. It's in the name. It's in the name. Right. So next I'm going to go into the black. And bring the black accents into it. You can go over that, that charcoal if you want to do. Stockings. Let's just do the top of the boot. Right, the hair here. Oh. Jumping all over the place, aren't I? I need to focus on one spot at a time and stop jumping around. But I'm doing it while I let paint dry. So this is the hair of the Little Red Riding Hood. So what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to bring some of this hair down. I want to bring it and curl it. So yes, I know we've got a pussycat, but I want just some of the Little Red Riding Hood's hair. Just using the fine tip now just to bring those fingers in. This hand looks a bit darker, so I'll have to bring some pink onto that as the edge of the coat. Just got some lace around the bottom here, so I'm just going to do some little sort of C shapes just to get some lace in there. Let's do some hair down this side. There we go. There then. Just clean my brush off. Let me just clean my brush. I'm getting my clean water because I actually just want to go into the white. So I want to do something with that hand. Maybe this hand. Now I know hands aren't pure white, but I can add some pink after. I just wanted to get a base down there. Let's put some, let's just go back to the black a second. I've just put some white in it just to give me like a, hopefully a little bit of a greyer tone. So I just want to do like a little bit of shadows down there and here. Just bringing a coat out a little bit more. Just going to bring it out a bit more there. And while it's like that, let's just put, oh, I've just gone into my white water. My clear water for my white with my black. How annoying. Right, I'm just want to bring some of this coat out a bit here. What's the hair? Okay. Okay, Sharon. Okay, so I've got 2 lots of dirty water. I'd promised myself that I'd keep my 2 waters sort of separate, and I haven't. Right, let me stand up and have a look. Yes, I quite like that. I'm going to just bring some of this down, shade out some of this. Feel like Picasso now. Well, no, that's, well, yeah, Picasso. I'm hardly like a fine artist. Right, and then we need, in a moment or two, to just have a look at those wings and this belt we've decided to give. I decided to give her. Let's put some red into her hair, because I think she would have some red bits, don't you? I think she would definitely have some red in her hair. She would definitely have some. Let's bring it down and over her ears. Some red highlights. Definitely. get a little bit more black in that. Oh, pussycat, you've got beautiful hair. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, I'll just have a little tidy up, let this dry a little bit, then we'll do the wings. Okay, so we're back. So I'm murder me for smudging things in, because I do like that smudgy look. So I've got my Tim Holtz crayon. If I don't finish the day with dirty fingers, then I've not really done a day's crafting in my eyes. So I'm just going over some bits and pieces and just doing some smudging and distressing some of this work and loving it. I've gone over the hand with the distress crayon to give it a little bit more white. So I'm just doing this, right, like scrunchied up girl bit now, because this is what I like. So I'm going over the hair. You'll notice I've already done the belt. I'm distressing. I'm going to go around the edge of my wings. Again. There we go. A bit carried away there. Right, so now I'm going to do the belt. I've done the belt, and I'm using this Dual Effect paste by Art Extra Vengeance, and this is Tiger's Eye Stones. Beautiful, isn't it? Look at the colours in there, absolutely amazing. So I'm actually painting them on. I've not used it before. I've seen it used in lots of different ways, but now I'm just painting it onto these wings, giving me this sort of rusted, jewelled, tiger's eye, crystal sort of look onto her wings. So we're on there. And I'm just gonna give that a bit of a rub in. Now I can see, hope you can too, the underneath the filigree on the wings. Ah dear. If you can hear a noise outside, we've got an Indian family live behind us, and we can't see them. I don't think they can see us. It's a very private back garden, but they absolutely love cricket, absolutely love it. And if it's fine weather, they're out playing cricket. The whole family, you can hear the little children to the older boys, who are the ones who are obviously having some training by the dad on how to play cricket. So you can hear they must have a net or something, because you can hear the net, you can hear the bat hitting the net. Right. Yay, messy hands, loving it. So I'm just going to let that go, dry I mean, and then I'm going to put some rub and buff on. Then I need to think of a name. If you think of a name, comments below. But by the time this is on YouTube, it will have a name. Right, okay. Let's have a look here. I took a little bit too much off there. I just love to hear the whole family, and I can smell the mum must be cooking. Whatever she's cooking, it smells absolutely delicious. Put a bit of that in her hair. Oh, not painted her boots then. Which I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to use this, aren't I? See, I knew I'd got it out for a reason. I haven't painted her boots. That's one. That's two. There we go. Just heard a shouting now, guys. I think that's some barbecue or something. Our barbecue here is very different to what you would have as barbecue from when I've been to the southern states. Right, I'm just getting some gilding polishite. Have a look. I'll check I've got some. Oh, this is quite nice. Let's try this one. This is a rich red. Shall we use red? Let's have a look. This is by Cosmic Shimmer. I'm just thinking because it's Little Red Riding Hood. Do you know, I'm amazed at how tough and strong this paper is. Considering you won't believe how flimsy. Well, you can see there how flimsy it is. There's my red. Let's not make it all too monochromatic. Let's have a look. There should be some gold. And here it is. A little bit of rub and buff. Not much left. I need to get myself some more. And let's go over the top with that. Oh, brilliant. I wanted like a rusted sort of effect on this. Oh, look at that. How beautiful is that? Can you see that? I'm sure you can. That one's not shown up quite as expected. Probably put too much on. Definitely put too much on. Take some of it off if it will. No, it won't. See if the jewel paste will, if I can put some of that back on. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear the dad there giving the boys instructions. It's quite nice to listen to, actually. And there. Take a bit more of this. It's actually rubbing off quite. There we go, that's better. See, I'm being too gentle with it. It's so strong, this paper is unbelievably strong. I think I will start and put, I think I will definitely put some in my shop. Sorry, I'm nudging the camera with my shoulder. I'm in now. She's in with her fingers. Brilliant. Right, let's just move these pieces of paper, then we can have a look at it and we can see what we think. Oh, ain't it well? That's quite nice to have that turd effect. What you could do is just rub it with a nail file or a piece of sandpaper, and it will just come off the edge there. I'm just going to get some distress ink to go around the edge of the paper, just to get a border. Got my distress ink. That hand's a bit funny, but never mind. There we go. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? I'm not sure. First ever go at anything like this. She doesn't look too bad, does she? Like, there literally was too much black on it, so I've literally got my distress crayon and I'm just going over it, just going over and taking some of that red out. I love these distress crayons. I think they're going to be my new toy this winter. There we go. There we go. So thank you so much for watching. I'll take some snaps of it outside in the garden with a better light and I'll give her a name. Thank you so much for watching.